Since this venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Gamecocks return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Open space at the 25. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
To the air on 1st down. Grabs it in the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power broke. Deciding the future of college football, so yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The running back has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Just when they're looking run, now up top. And the defense, got him at the 27. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, South Carolina!
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Nittany Lions offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. When you have a weapon like this on the outside and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that, or are you going to try to live on the perimeter? This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting back there.
Wide open downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. They'll go back to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
The give on the counter. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. The defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew
and you race it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And the extra point was good. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
To the ground. He's got it again. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Makes a man miss. Oh, he dropped it. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Man, that's what...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick strike complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Across the 25, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Brings up 2nd down.
That 1st down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. Dropping back, it's Hamilton. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pulls it in on the right. Oh, look out! Touchdown, Penn State! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
From inside the 10, here he comes. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback extends the play. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The give to the back.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying the left side. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. The Gamecocks will move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he has a solid game.
Running back.
Bottles him up.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They don't seem comfortable with the 50-yard field goal attempt, so they'll lead the offense out to try to get the first down. They'll try it on the ground. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And your decision to go for it on fourth down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
It's complete to the right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Coming after it. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. The give on 4th down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Number 1.
What a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Middle Tennessee is going to enjoy the trip back to Murfreesboro after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Floyd Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Using his legs, it's West. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best.
Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pulls it in. It's West. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some speed.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He's just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so just...
And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. At the 40, there he goes. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll come out throwing on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. A first down for the offense. He wants to throw. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Dropping back, it's Hamilton. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these 2 teams thus far there in Happy Valley. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in State College, PA.
Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Dropping back, it's Hamilton. Fires to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Now 2nd and 10. Looking for room, it's West. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
They'll run it. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the ball.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Gets it out quickly. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Power football with the run. Touchdown, South Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And this running back is...
The extra point.
Down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
To throw, it's Hamilton. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finds his man. It's Lawrence. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive really productive, David, wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They'll run it to the right. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Going to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll give it to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Lawrence. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
2nd down coming up. Looking downfield, it's Hamilton. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
He gets a block. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this is a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They give it to him again. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Line is set on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first and the 32.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They'll run it to the right side. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
The give to the back. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Arkansas State is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week. They still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over the Royals. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
And you want that clock to run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give them some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. From the gun, the running back has it. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
And they'll take a knee. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked.